In the icy wilderness of Alaska, some spirits never rest, and if you stay too long, they just might find you. They gave me room 23, the haunted one. I laughed when they warned me. Ghosts? Please, but the moment I stepped inside, I felt it. The air was heavy, the room was freezing. And in the dim light, I saw it. Something moved in the mirror. A pale figure, a woman in a white dress, staring at me. I turned. Nothing was there, just my reflection. But when I looked back at the mirror, she was closer. I barely slept that night. Shadows danced across the walls. Soft whispers filled the air. Then, just as I was drifting off, a knock at the door. No one was there, but the hallway was ice cold, and in the dim light, I saw footprints, wet, bare, leading back into my room. I slammed the door, I didn't sleep, and by sunrise, I was gone. But before I left, I glanced at the mirror one last time. She was smiling. The sea was restless that night. I was walking along the shore when I saw it, a ship, drifting through the mist. But something was wrong. It wasn't moving, it was hovering. And the deck? Covered in figures. They stood there, staring, motionless. Their clothes were soaked, clinging to their skin, and their eyes were empty. One by one they stepped closer to the railing. Then, they pointed. At me. I turned to run, but my foot slipped. Ice-cold water swallowed me whole. For a moment, I swear I felt hands, pulling me down, but when I surfaced, the ship was gone. The figures, the voices, the mist, all vanished. And yet, my clothes were soaking wet, and in my pocket, I found something that wasn't mine. I was alone, grading papers after hours. The halls were silent. Or, so I thought. At first I ignored it. Probably just the wind, right? But then, I looked up, and there she was, the lady in black. Her long, dark dress seemed to float above the ground, her face obscured by shadows. She whispered something, soft, chilling, an ancient language I couldn't understand, and then she moved, fast, too fast. 1 second she was at the end of the hall. The next, she was inches from my face. I bolted, ran for my life, but just as I reached the door, the lights went out, and in the darkness, her whisper was right behind me. I woke up on the floor the next morning. The doors were locked from the inside, but on the wall, in long black scratches, was my name. They say Blackjack Sturgis was shot right outside this hotel. His murder never solved. And some say he's still looking for justice. I was staying in one of the old rooms when I heard it. Heavy footsteps, slow, unrelenting, marching right outside my door. I jumped out of bed, heart racing. Then, the doorknob turned. No one was there. Just the hallway. But the air smelled like gunpowder. I slammed the door, locked it, and backed away. But when I turned, I wasn't alone. A shadow. A dark figure loomed in the corner, the shape of a man, a hat on his head, his face gone, and then, his voice cold and sharp. Who killed me? Some places never let go of their ghosts, and some are still waiting for you to visit. We're still here.